In the southeastern part of Nigeria, in a fast-growing town called Udoka, where dusty roads were slowly giving way to tar and new buildings stood beside old mud houses, there lived a young woman named Ngozi. Udoka was the kind of town where everyone knew everyone. Motorcycles buzzed past roadside sellers. Children in school uniforms walked in groups each morning. The old Iroko tree still stood in the village square, even though a mobile network mast now rose behind it. Ngozi lived in a small cement house at the edge of town with her widowed mother. The house had a zinc roof that rattled loudly during heavy rainstorms. When the rain was too strong, small drops still found their way through, and they placed buckets on the floor just in case. Life was not easy for them. Her mother sold garri and vegetables in the local markets. Ngozi, after finishing secondary school, helped her mother in the mornings and taught children in the neighborhood basic reading and mathematics in the afternoons to earn a little extra money. The name Ngozi means blessing, and in many ways, she truly was one. She was not the loudest girl in town. She did not chase trends or compete on social media. But people trusted her. She greeted elders properly. She listened more than she spoke. When someone had a problem, they often came to her first. Her beauty was natural and effortless. Smooth dark skin, bright intelligent eyes, and a calm smile that made people feel safe. But what truly made her stand out was her mind. She was thoughtful, practical, observant. In the same town lived Obinna, the son of Chief Ezeudo, a respected traditional ruler and businessman. Though people sometimes called him Prince jokingly because of his father's status, he was simply the heir to one of the most influential families in Udoka. Obinna had studied abroad and recently returned home to help manage his father's businesses, farms, a transport company, and some real estates. He was educated, confident, and admired by many young women in town. Families with money quietly hoped their daughters would catch his attention. But Obinna felt disconnected from most of them. Many conversations felt shallow. Many relationships felt arranged. One August afternoon, during the New Yam Festival, now celebrated with both cultural dances and modern music speakers, the town gathered at the community field. There were cultural troops in traditional attire, but also a DJ playing Afrobeat. Food vendors sold roasted yam, suya, and chilled drinks. Ngozi attended with her mother, wearing a simple Ankara dress. She was laughing at something a child said while helping arrange plastic chairs for elders. That was when Obinna noticed her. She was not trying to impress anyone. She was not taking selfies near the VIP section. She was simply being helpful, present, and genuinely happy. Something about that drew him in. Later that evening, he walked up to her near the food stand. "I've seen you around," he said with a polite smile. "You're always helping someone." Ngozi laughed softly. "It's a small town. We all help each other." From that small conversation, something began. Obinna started stopping by the market more often. He would claim he was checking on produce suppliers for his father's farms, but somehow, he always ended up near Ngozi's mother's stall. They began talking regularly about education, about the town's challenges, about youth unemployment, about how things could improve. Ngozi spoke honestly. She did not flatter him because of his family name. She challenged him sometimes. She suggested ideas about improving the local school system and supporting small traders. Obinna found himself deeply impressed. It wasn't long before rumors began to spread. When he told his father he wanted to marry Ngozi, the reaction was not dramatic shouting, but it was heavy silence. "A market woman's daughter," Chief Ezeudo finally asked. "She is educated," Obinna replied calmly. "She is capable. She understands the people." The chief worried about reputation, about expectations from other wealthy families, about alliances that could strengthen business ties. But Obinna was firm. "I want a partner," he said, "not a business arrangement." Eventually, Chief Ezeudo agreed to meet her. Ngozi did not pretend to be someone else when she visited their large compound. She wore a neat but simple outfit. She spoke respectfully but confidently. When asked what she could bring into their family, she answered honestly. "Sir, I cannot bring political connections or money. But I understand this town. I understand the people, and I will stand beside your son, not behind him." Her sincerity was hard to ignore. Still, not everyone was pleased. Adaku, the daughter of another wealthy businessman, had long assumed she would marry Obinna. She began spreading quiet gossip that Ngozi was manipulating him, that she was pretending to be humble to secure wealth. The whispers reached many ears. Ngozi heard them too, but she did not respond online. She did not argue publicly. She continued her tutoring, continued helping her mother, continued behaving exactly as she always had. Then, a serious crisis hit Udoka. A prolonged dry season affected local farms. Crop yields dropped. Food prices increased sharply. Small traders suffered. Tension grew in the community. At a town meeting organized by Chief Ezeudo and other leaders, arguments broke out about what to do. Some suggested increasing levies. Others blamed the government. Ngozi quietly suggested something practical. She proposed creating a community-funded borehole project and organizing cooperative storage for farmers to reduce waste and stabilize food supply. She even helped draft a simple plan with estimated costs and volunteer coordination. Obinna supported the idea. The chief, though skeptical at first, allowed the proposal to move forward. Within months, boreholes were drilled. Farmers received better support. The pressure on food supply reduced. The town stabilized. People began to see Ngozi differently. Not as a poor girl aiming high, but as a capable young woman who cared deeply about her community. Gradually, even Chief Ezeudo's doubts faded. When Obinna and Ngozi finally married, the ceremony blended tradition and modern style. There were cultural dancers, but also a live band. There were traditional rites, but also a white wedding reception. During his speech, Chief Ezeudo said something that surprised everyone. I once worried about status. I once worried about appearances. Today, I regret that I ever doubted this young woman. She has shown wisdom, strength, and loyalty to this community. Ngozi felt tears fill her eyes, not because she had won, but because she had been understood. In time, she did not just become the wife of a wealthy man. She became a voice in community development, supporting education programs and small businesses. And in Udoka, when young girls felt discouraged by their background, mothers would say, "Remember Ngozi, your beginning does not limit your future." And in a modern town balancing tradition and progress, her name still meant what it always had. Ngozi, a blessing. Hibiscus.